Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So you're probably watching this if you just watched my name reveal. If not, be sure to go watch that video first because there will be a lot of spoilers in this video. So yes, the name we have chosen for our little girl is Ashlyn Rain Rebellini. I'm going to, in this video, explain why we chose each of those names and the meaning behind them because each one has significant meaning, obviously besides our last name because that's just our last name, but the first and middle name are both like meaningful and significant to us. So anyway, let's get started. Her first name is Ashlyn. Ashlyn is a name that actually Brendan thought of, and here's why. When we found out we were having a girl, I kind of freaked out because I was like, oh my god, I don't have a name for her. Like, I don't even like girl names. Like, I have no idea what name we're gonna choose and how we're even gonna start to thumb through them. So at first we were thinking, okay, I kind of want like an Italian name because my fiance Brendan is very Italian, as you can tell by our last name. But as I was thumbing through the Italian name list online, I just couldn't find anything that like stood out to me. And that kind of happened as I just was looking through girl names to begin with. I just didn't find anything that I liked enough to be her name or that I thought suited her or our lifestyle kind of thing. So I told Brendan, well, I really want her middle name to be Lynn because that's my middle name. And he said, okay, like, all right, so let's think of something that goes with that. And then somehow he just blurted out, he's like, what about Ashlyn? And I'm like, yeah, I love that name. How did you come up with it? And here's how he came up with it. So about 3 years ago, actually it'll be 3 years in December, I believe. So about 3 years ago, Brendan's brother passed away in a car accident. It was literally right like the month before we met, and he was absolutely destroyed by that. His brother was his best friend in the whole world, and he always said from that day on that he would honor his brother with his first child. So if we had a boy, he would have had his brother's first name. But because she's a girl, we decided to use his brother's last name. So yes, Brendan and his brother have last names. It's a very complicated situation. Don't feel like getting into it. It's a little personal. But his brother's last name is Ash. So we thought to ourselves, or not we, Brendan thought to himself, Ash, and then I had just made the request Lynn, so he put them together and he said, what about Ashlyn? And my heart like exploded. I was like, yes, I love it. I don't know how you came up with it. And then he explained what I just told you guys, how he came up with that process as well. So we have settled on her first name as Ashlyn. Her middle name, Rain, is a name that I've always liked for middle names for little girls. So this is not something that's completely like random or out of the blue. But after we came up with Ashlyn, I immediately started throwing out very common middle names, and I realized that Brendan didn't like it. So I threw out like Ashlyn Rose, and he was like, no, absolutely not. That's not her name. And I didn't feel it either. When I heard the name Ashlyn, I got goosebumps from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet, and that's how I knew for certain that her name was meant to be Ashlyn. And when I was throwing out these middle names, I just wasn't getting that feeling, and neither was he, and I could tell. So after a lot of thinking, so we came up with her first name first, and then her middle name like a little bit after. But I just I remember we were getting into the car one day, and I just go, hey babe, what about Ashlyn Rain? And he was like, wow, that's really powerful. So I didn't think anything of it. I was like, yeah, it is powerful. You're right. It sounds like a strong name. And when I looked up the meaning of Rain, Rain means strong and powerful and like a warrior-like kind of thing. So I was like, it's meant to be. It's perfect. And another thing that kind of goes with Rain is if you watched my 10 baby girl names that I love but won't be using, you'll know that one of the names we were considering was Reagan. And Reagan is a name of, unfortunately, Brendan's had a lot of loss in his life, so this is not meant to be like a pity video or anything like that, but unfortunately, Brendan's best childhood friend named Reagan passed away about 6 months after his brother died. So we also wanted to honor Reagan, but we didn't really want to use his name. My dog is back there. In her name for some reason. It just wasn't fitting. It wasn't clicking in my mind. So he just kind of felt comfortable with Rain because it kind of just sounded like Reagan a little bit, but not too much to where, you know, it was overdone. So that is how we came up with Ashlyn Rain. And then Rebellini is just our last name, like I said. So I hope you guys enjoyed her name reveal. I put a lot of effort and a lot of time into it. It took a lot of like thought process of like how I was gonna do it, but yeah, we are so excited to meet our little Ashlyn Rain, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video as well. If you did, be sure to subscribe to my channel because we are a little bit more than halfway there, and we're getting closer to meeting our sweet, beautiful baby girl. So tomorrow's our anatomy scan. You guys probably won't be seeing this video until after that. I will update you guys on how the anatomy scan went in my 21-week bump date that will go out later this week. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any more pregnancy updates. Alright guys, bye!